welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wrestlepalooza. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by my partner in crime. It's Captain Ted.
And this is the one night of the year where we pull out all the stops. And this is one of the few nights of the year that I transport us to an open-air arena.
That's right, Tibbs. And let me tell you something. Speaking of men who are willing to pull out all the stops, let's talk about this man, the Dylan, the Lord of the Smart Side, and of course, this match. This match where he takes on the Kentucky gentleman, Chuck Taylor, and what's going to be an absolutely fantastic grudge match, Tibbs. Tell us what you think about it.
Now, Sills is a Kentucky gentleman from Kentucky.
He is born and raised in Kentucky. Chuck Taylor, a veteran of the business, working the territories his entire life. Finally, recently getting a big break signing with AEW. But that's not what we're worried about tonight. What we're worried about is how you think he's going to be able to handle the Dylan.
Well, Sills, now that I know he's from Kentucky, this man right here is about to make his way down to the ring. There's no chance. He got no chance at all against the Dylan. The Dylan, a man 7 times his size. A man who has proven himself in the JWF time and time again.
That's right, Tibbs. If I could say any saving grace Chuck has going into this match, it is, of course, his best friend, Beretta, who is going to be on the outside watching Dylan like a hawk. And you gotta think that's gonna be playing into Dylan's psyche going into this match.
Sills, I don't know about that. You see, the Dylan doesn't care about a lot of things, as we've seen in the past. He just doesn't.
That's right. No, doesn't care about any conventional honor beginning a match either. Slamming Chuck to the ground and now just putting that boot straight into the chest. The Dylan is here for a fight, Tibbs.
And I'm looking forward to it, Sills. This is classic Dylan. This is the man that we've been strangely missing.
That's right, stomping on the body of Chuck Taylor, and was going for a big super kick, but instead, Chuck with a forearm to the face, but now Dylan whipping him into the corner, and let's see, I think he might have been trying to go for a sick dick kick early in the match, but instead, Chuck picking him up, and oh my god, just lawn darting him straight into that center turnbuckle, and that could not feel good on the cranium of the Dylan.
No, you have the whole mass of the Dylan, all the weight behind that tall man's body just slamming right into the ring post.
That's right, and big clothesline takes Chucky T down. And of course, we can see the hatred, the vitriol that grew between these two on the most recent episode of Fight Boys. Dylan even going so far as to end their Dust Watch campaign to get Chuck Taylor to follow them on Twitter, the thing that you could argue started this entire rivalry.
Now, did they ever get him to follow them?
Of course they didn't, Tibbs. Meanwhile, looks like Dylan's setting up for something big. What in the world? Picking him up on his shoulders, the strength, and a beautiful powerbomb slams Chucky T down. All right, now Chuck getting whipped into those ropes, and a clothesline to the outside from the Dylan. Beretta going over to check up. He's just he's picking him up then. He's giving him a nice little pick-me-up.
Oh, that's what a partner does.
That's
He's just kind of woozy for a second, but he's okay.
That's right, back in the ring, but unfortunately it looks like Dylan's there and ready for another one of those huge power bombs. Dylan is going power bomb crazy, Tibbs.
I really hope he does it again, Sills. That would be
Unfortunately, Chuck fighting back, but wait a minute, Dylan catching the leg. And now looks like he's setting up for something huge, picking the broken body and Chuck Taylor off the ground, but Chuck coming back with that wrestling prowess, and now both of these men just trying their best to get some sort of advantage over one another.
The Dylan He has his technical moments, but he's normally just a beat-em-up type of guy here.
That's right. Oh, and Tibbs going to the outside is the Dylan. Oh, and it looks like your dreams may be coming true as he picks up Chuck for a third power bomb onto the hardest part of the apron. Let's see that one more time.
Right next to one of his best friends in the world, Trent Beretta.
That's right. Beretta just mean-mugging Dylan, and looks like Dylan is not taking it. Going after Beretta. I think that may be a wise move this early in the match, and there it is! An upper dicker to Beretta, and now going back after Chuck Taylor is the Dylan.
That's probably what you need, a great equalizer there. And there's no better equalizer than a punch to the dick.
2. I honestly thought he might have had him at that point, Tibbs, but Chucky T showing his resiliency, kicking out. Meanwhile, Dylan now going to the top rope. What in the world could Dylan be going for? Calling for Chuck to... I think Dylan was taking a little bit too much time taunting, allowing Chuck to actually go and toss him off of that top turnbuckle.
A lot of interesting technical maneuvers used by Chuck. Chuck using, of course, the Dylan's height and size against him at times.
That's right, and now Dylan pulling him in between the ropes, and a big DDT sends the skull of Chuck Taylor crashing into the mat. And Dylan, at this point, this is less of a brawl. This is more just a beating at the hands of Chuck Taylor. Dylan going for a moonsault, and oh my God! Chucky T getting the knees up, and that cannot feel good on the ribs of the Dylan, Tibbs.
The Dylan going for a moonsault's not something you see all the time. That's definitely impressive.
That's right, but Chucky T seems to be firmly in control. A huge chop sends Dylan to the ground, and is he looking for it, Tibbs? Could he be trying to end it now? Picking up the Dylan and dropping him with the awful waffle, going for a pin. Shibata counting 1. And Dylan actually kicking out at 1 from the awful waffle, and you gotta think what that's gotta do to the psyche of Chuck Taylor. He's going for another one.
I think that's what it does to his psyche, Sills.
That's
if
right.
At first you don't succeed.
Dylan fighting back from that second awful waffle. I think he knows how bad of a result it would have been if Chuck had hit that move twice in a row, instead whipping him to the outside. And was trying to slam Chuck off the apron. Instead, Chuck with a beautiful kick. But Dylan returns the favor with a super kick of his own.
Dylan's gonna fly again.
Beautiful elbow drop to the standing Chucky T, but now Dylan keeping him on the ground. I think that's a wise move. Stomping on the face of Chuck Taylor. Dylan is just trying to humiliate the Kentucky Gentleman, Tibbs.
Well, Sills, that's normally what I tell anybody when they're going up against somebody who's leaving for another company.
Looks like Dylan was going for the sick dick kick. Instead, Chuck wisely getting out of it, slamming Dylan down, and now just posing for the crowd. Chuck not usually known for his strength, but willing to show it off in this high-profile match here at Wrestlepalooza. Right, Chuck. Chucky going back to his feet. But unfortunately misses that clothesline. Tries for another. And there it is! The upper decker. Let's see it one more time. Straight to the dick.
Right down the middle of the crotch, too, Sills. That's a strike.
That's right, but wait a minute. Looks like Dylan isn't done picking him up. And a second upper dicker.
Stay right, too.
They're trying to show another replay, but I don't think we need... Guys, we've seen him hit him in the dick. We don't need more.
Of course, we've now seen the same number of upper dickers we normally see.
That's right, but wait a minute. I think he's trying to finish him off with that third strike, the sick dick kick, but instead, Chucky T taking control, grabbing the arm, and a huge shot to the shoulder. And Chuck Taylor trying to firmly get back in control with a huge knee, slamming the arm of the Dylan into the ground, and that is the arm. He hits all of his dick-based offense with, so I think that's a wise move from Chuck Taylor to target that knee, or that arm. What do you think, Tibbs?
If you straighten out the dick punching arm, it hurts a lot less when you get punched in the dick.
That's right, and Chuck now trying to break that arm, but instead, Dylan making his way back to his feet and laying in a few shots for good measure. And unfortunately, I think Dylan was trying to take some time to brag, and it allowed Chuck to hit that step-up enziguri and send that arm into the mat once again. I think Chuck, in all honesty, is just tired of getting hit in the dick. But apparently not in the face as Dylan lands that huge clothesline.
Dylan has been in control of this match for so long, but just when you think Chucky T, that Kentucky boy, always seems to come back.
That's right, now whipping him into the corner. And now Dylan actually looking at Beretta, looking around the ring. And unfortunately, I think that was enough for Chuck to get control. And now Dylan, what in the world? Dylan going around with that huge powerbomb once again.
What?
Unfortunately, he keeps taunting. I think the ego of the Dylan may be betraying him. It may be allowing Chuck to get these advantages.
Well, of course, there's a few things we know in the world. It's one, that the sun comes up, and two, that the Dylan's ego gets the better of him.
That's right, but unfortunately, I think something might be getting the better of Chuck Taylor as Dylan sets up the legs for that move we know, the sick dick kick. Strike 3, Tibbs. Dylan going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how Dust Watch ends. Not with a bang, but with a kick straight to the dick.
If you think about it really hard, Sills, it's almost like you followed them.
That's right, Tibbs. Now, Tibbs, I gotta say, this is impressive from the Dylan, a man who has not had the best couple of months. Of course, dropping his captain's title to Mojo Gruff. We thought the Dylan would never be the same, but this seems like a return to form tonight for this man with a much-needed victory over the Kentucky. What in the world? It's Mojo Gruff, the man who stole that captain's championship from the Dylan, assaulting this man. But wait a minute, now Beretta getting involved, taking down the Dylan. I don't think that assault on Beretta was a wise move earlier, as now both of these men just talking trash to the Lord of the Smart Side.
This is what you get when you hit people in the dick, Sills.
That's right, and now Mojo snapping Dylan's neck to the ground, and a huge snapmare takes him down. What in the world? What has gotten into Mojo Gruff as he and Beretta pick him up, slam him down for a gut buster? I mean, this is insanity. We've never seen something like this out of Mojo Gruff climbing to the top rope.
This isn't even sanctioned.
A huge Bayou dive. And Tibbs, what's going on? What's going on with Mojo Gruff?
Hey everybody, Captain Tibbs here, Commissioner of the JWF, and I'm here today to tell you about merch.alodapurebs.com/fightboys, where you can find all of your great merchandise for the JWF superstars that you love the most. Here we have t-shirts, tumblers, whatever you could want, where you can support your favorite superstars. We have things like the Blake Tanner anti-underdog shirt. We have the Captain Tibbs shirt with my beautiful face on it. Something with the JWF logo. Are you a fight boy or a fight girl? Doesn't matter, we got shirts for them both. And of course, my favorite, the Fight Boys tumbler glass. You can put anything in it, even Captain Tibbs' special drink. Whatever you want, find it over at merch.alodapurebs.com and look for the Fight Boys section.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Captain Tibbs has been forced to leave the commentary booth. Instead, I am joined by a man who's got him one hell of a match later tonight, the JWF Tag Team Champion, Blake Tanner. Welcome back to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Silver Spoon. It's always great to be back. Get to flex my commentary chops, and especially for seeing a match like this.
That's right, Blake. This is a match that's gonna be amazing because we get to see the reunition of father and son of Captain Tibbs and his son, Chuck Tibbs, the former Canada Charlie, as they take on Charlie's former stablemates, Felix Ball and the Lumberjack.
I've gotta say, Sills, I am just amazed that this match has finally happened. I don't think that anybody could have ever predicted the fact that Charlie, as he was formerly known, has finally reclaimed his old name and joined back up with Captain Tibbs.
That's right, and there he is, right there, even taking on the captain's hat of Tibbs. I mean, Chuck looks amazing tonight, and let me tell you something, I can't wait to see what he does in this ring.
That's a real nice jacket he's got going on there. I'm feeling the look.
That's right, this is an entirely new look, an entirely new attitude, an entirely new person as Captain Tibbs and his son reunite for this astounding match.
You know, Sills, when he first came into the company, I didn't even know that Canada Charlie and Chuck Tibbs were the same person. I mean, for a little while up north, we knew of old Chuck Tibbs. He was a small player in his time up in Canada before he became Charlie, but really, we didn't know much about him. And then all of a sudden, this Canada Charlie guy comes out, and of course, we all know how that ended.
That's right. Ooh, but Chuck showing off the strength right there, a huge suplex, and now going after Felix Ball, a man who both Chuck and his father have such hatred, such vitriol for. Of course, Felix running a corporation that opposed the JWF back in the 80s, and of course you know that the Tibbs family, well, they did not like that.
No, not at all. It was a bitter and bloody war, honestly, and even though Tibbs did come out, I would suppose you'd say he won, but it was just a very Pyrrhic victory.
That's right. Meanwhile, ooh, Charlie with a beautiful dragon leg corkscrew takedown of the Lumberjack, and looks like he's setting up for it. The move formerly known as the Canadian DDT.
Ooh.
Taking him down. Meanwhile, looks like Tibbs just with an alligator roll. Oh, it looks like he's actually wrenching back on the neck of Felix Ball, trying to take him out.
That's a lot of years of pent-up aggression being taken out right in the ring there. You can tell, Sills.
That's right, and let's not forget what this match is. This match is Nautical rules. That means anything these men want to do, whether that be bringing in the steel steps, a chair, a baseball bat, it's all legal in Nautical rules.
Let's hope, since Chuck's out on the ring right now, out on the floor.
Oh, wait. Oh, unfortunately, Chuck was unable to stop the Lumberjack, but it looked like Tibbs actually had Felix Ball locked in the captain's hook. One of the most devastating submission maneuvers in JWF history. But Lumberjack was right there to break it up.
Now, and as of course you know, Sills, every new recruit to the JWF, whenever you're signed to JXT, we always have the day where we meet the captain. Most of us for the first time, the first thing he does is he puts us in the captain's hook.
That's right, and wait a minute. Ooh! Chuck clotheslining Felix to the outside, running against the ropes. Beautiful dive to the outside. Let's see that one more time, Blake. Oh my God!
I'm amazed, Sills. If you'd have told me that this is the same guy that I was fighting for the championship a year ago, and that was quite frankly a joke in the ring, to see him now, it's just... Chuck is a completely different person.
That's right. Meanwhile, now Chuck picking the Lumberjack off the ground. Ooh, was trying to whip him into the ring, but unfortunately the Lumberjack coming back. And just seeing Chuck, the former Canada Charlie, being able to hold his own against the well, not currently. He is getting beaten pretty badly. Picking him up for a power. What in the world? The lumberjack was just thrown over the back of Chuck. And now what in the world is Chuck going for on that top rope? A beautiful splash going for that pin. 1, 2. Ooh, kicking out at 2 is the lumberjack.
Did Chuck just kind of break the laws of physics there for a second on that splash?
That may be his father coming out in him. Oh, but unfortunately, even breaking the laws of physics can't stop that big knee from the lumberjack. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ring, Felix Ball and Tibbs still just going at one another. I mean, as we said before, the hatred between those two is palpable.
It's almost as if every time I look to see that particular matchup, Tibbs has gotten a new submission locked in some place on Felix Ball's body.
That's right. Meanwhile, Charlie, the first person to take advantage of the Nautical rules, bringing those steel steps into the ring, was trying to search for something underneath. But unfortunately, the lumberjack stopped him and now picking him up. And was trying to go for a big back body drop, but Chuck stopped it, whipping him into the ring. And now, has he got it? He's got it! The steel steps, and oh my God! Whipping them against the skull of Felix Ball, defending his father.
He hit him so hard that he flew out of the ring.
That's right, and now beautiful stalling suplex from Charlie as Captain Tibbs watched on. And Blake, I gotta ask, what do you think that Tibbs is thinking right now?
From the way he's looking in the ring, he's just cheering his son on. He's extremely proud. I don't think I've seen Tibbs this proud ever.
That's right. And oh my God! Felix Ball coming in from out of nowhere, hitting Chuck with the Felix Ball. And luckily, Tibbs is there to break it up.
Yep. I was afraid Tibbs didn't see that for a second, but...
That's right, but now, unfortunately, Tibbs rolled out of the ring. I think the beating that Felix put on him was too much, and now just got Charlie wrenched back in the Ball recliner. But wait a minute. Is he? He is! Chuck fighting back! But unfortunately, he is in a den of wolves right now, as in addition to Felix Ball, the lumberjack is there as well. It is 2-on-1, and Blake, it's hard to watch.
Oh, get back in there, Silves. Tibbs, come on.
I mean, I would get in, but of course I don't want to cause a disqualification for my boys. Meanwhile,
no, it's not.
Oh my God!
It's Nautical rules, it's fine.
Oh yeah, fair point, but I think, what in the world? Oh! As soon as Tibbs got back in, Charlie was forced to roll out, and now the lumberjack just looking down at the broken body of Captain Tibbs.
It is easy to forget that is the lumberjack in there. He is a fearsome opponent, and if he were to be unleashed on anybody one-on-one, it would be a dangerous enough situation.
That's right, and it looked like Tibbs was finally coming back against, was trying to pick up the lumberjack, but the weight seemed too much for him. And now looks like Chuck coming back in the ring, trying to help out his dad, picking up those steel steps, and sending him straight into the legs, and going after the lumberjack as well. Chuck Tibbs is going crazy.
I'm surprised that the steps are the only thing that's been used as a weapon in this Nautical rules match.
That's right, but wait a minute. Now father and son picking up Felix, slamming him onto the ground. And Blake, he's setting up for it. And he's got him. He's got him locked in the captain's hook, but the lumberjack is there. But wait, Chuck grabbed him by the neck. Felix tapping out, and Chuck is there with the sexy Chucky DDT. And they've done it.
Whoa.
They've bested Felix Ball and the lumberjack.
Just amazing. Truly a sight to behold. A family reunion for the ages.
That's right, Blake. Unfortunately, that big slam was where we thought it might have ended. If Tibbs hadn't been there to save his son, that may have ended the match, but luckily it went on. And these two men together took down the Canadian crew, and there it is. The reunion of father and son. And Blake, it's just beautiful to see.
This summer, two men save the world.
From who you ask? Everything invading robo-penises.
This show is not about those two men. This show's just a load of BS. The show where Blake Tanner and Scotty Moore make up dumbass movies like that. We're your personal think tank. We're your two white guys, which fills the quota for a podcast, I think.
And we're just gonna be here to have a good time and talk about sauerkraut.
That's right, except no substitutes, ladies and gentlemen, because this is that pure, uncut BS.
Good, uncut.
Well, welcome back to the announce table, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the previous match, Captain Tibbs. Tibbs, how do you feel?
Selves, I haven't felt this great in years.
That's right, Tibbs, and of course, your replacement, Blake Tanner. He's got him one hell of a match right now, as he has to take on these two men, Honey Mustard Jenkins and Coach James. Are you all right, Tibbs?
I'm sorry, it chokes me up a little bit every time I see him enter for some reason.
Well, these two men, former JWF Tag Team Champions, we knew them back in the 90s, the early 2000s. They were dominant. They were some of the best in the world. And that is what has led to this match against the men who consider them the best in the business. And that is the BS.
I forgot that Honey Mustard just pulls his shirt up.
Yeah, that's to hide the honey mustard stain.
Good. Oh, there they are.
There they are indeed, Tibbs. The JWF Tag Team Champions. The team of Blake Tanner, a former JWF champion in his own right, and Scotty Moore, of course, the 2018 Regal Rumble winner. These two men are decorated in this company, but I think the title that they have the most pride in is, of course, those JWF Tag Team Championships around their waists.
Surprisingly enough, for such a dominant tag team as they've been, they haven't held those belts for as long as you think they would have.
That's right, of course, winning them back at the Regal Rumble from the VWO.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is for the JWF Tag Team Championship. In the left corner, they are the team of David Honey Mustard Jenkins and Coach James. They are coach and friend. And in the right corner, they are your JWF Tag Team Champions, Blake Tanner, Scotty Moore, the BS.
All right, and there it is, the handing off of those titles, the titles that the BS claimed they've made relevant. Hold 'em high, Shibby! Had to interrupt myself there.
He just looks so good in his bow tie.
Oh, Blake Tanner starting off with a... Oh, I think Blake Tanner was a little taken aback. His drop kick didn't drop Coach James, but that running European uppercut did, and now Blake Tanner fully in control over the former JWF Tag Team Champion, Coach James.
Blake Tanner, after last week's episode of War, of course, he seemed to have a little bit of a fire lit under him by what Coach and Honey Mustard had to say.
That's right. And, oh, looks like he was going for a big elbow drop, but Coach stepping out of the way, whipping him into his corner, and a huge running clothesline puts Blake Tanner on the ground. Now, Tibbs, in matches like this, do you consider it a wise move to let Coach be the legal man?
Oh, no.
That's right.
Oh, no. Bad move. You get Honey Mustard tagged in, and you keep him in your corner for about 2 minutes, and you win the match.
That's right. But unfortunately, I think Blake Tanner, popping Coach up in the air. I think the pride of the BS makes them think that maybe they should take on the Coach. Meanwhile, Blake Tanner now pulling Coach to the center of the ring after tagging in Scotty Moore. And is it? It is the whirly-do. Huge drop kick from Scotty Moore puts Coach James down.
Although we're seeing a beautiful tag team combination here.
That's right, but unfortunately, Coach James coming back immediately, pulling Scotty Moore into his corner and tagging in Honey Mustard Jenkins.
What you gonna do, buddy?
Of course, Jenkins in his return match, we thought he was retired for so many years. Ooh, and Scotty Moore says he should have stayed retired with that DDT.
Ooh. You know, people like to joke about Honey Mustard, but he's actually an extremely technical wrestler. You give him a few minutes to work one of your body parts, you're not going to be feeling it for a week.
That's right. Oh, going for that clothesline, but Scotty ducks it, goes around. Beautiful neck breaker, taking down Honey Mustard, and Scotty Moore has not let Honey Mustard get a link of offense. Big elbow drop takes him down, going for that early pin. 1, 2, oh, and Honey Mustard kicking out at 2. All right, but now Jenkins fighting back, getting Scotty against the ropes, putting him back in his corner. Oh, went for a big splash, but Scotty comes back. Big DDT, and I'll be honest, Tibbs, this may be the danger zone to have Honey Mustard in because he's right there where he could tag in Coach James.
Yep, you gotta do just what Scotty did. You gotta whip him back to your corner. You gotta keep him isolated. Isolation. That's the name of the game in a tag team match. You keep your tag team opponent from being a tag team, and you win the match.
That's right, and the BS trying their best to keep him isolated, but Honey Mustard comes back at it. Ooh, went for that clothesline, but Blake Tanner ducking, going for one of his own, and now Honey Mustard trying his best to crawl to Coach James to make that tag, but Blake Tanner cutting him off at the pass.
Just whip him away.
That's right, big bulldog into the center of the ring. Do you think Blake Tanner's setting up for it? Oh, he is. A big Blake out in the center of the ring. Now tagging in his partner, Scotty Moore, to finish the job. And it looks like he's going to with a massive SMG. And Honey Mustard is bleeding. 1, 2. Oh, Coach James. Coach James stopping the pin. Also, Shibata's down.
He stopped the pin by attacking the official. Albeit accidentally, probably.
Now it looks like the BS working together to keep Jenkins down on the ground, putting him against the ropes, but Jenkins fighting back, going for a, looked like he was going for that European uppercut Blake is known for, but an SMG puts him down and tags in Blake Tanner. I'm kind of scared for Honey Mustard's life at this point. Is that weird?
No, I mean, we all love him.
I don't know if Blake Tanner loves him with this flurry of offense as he climbs up to that top rope.
Oh my God, he's covered in blood.
It's not a pleasant sight, Tibbs.
Oh no.
But Honey Mustard's still in it, still fighting, hitting Blake Tanner with his own European uppercut, cheering to the crowd, and Honey Mustard does not seem to be bothered by just how much blood is on him.
It is pouring off of his face. How hard did he hit?
It is a crimson mask, but Blake Tanner's still going after him, drop kicking Honey Mustard to the ground. And do you have any advice for, oh my God! Honey Mustard with that massive STO takes Blake Tanner down, but now he's got him back in the corner. And it looks like if it was good enough for Coach James, it's good enough for Honey Mustard with the big whirly-do.
I'm gonna be honest, Sills, I don't know what's going on right now. This kind of resiliency from Honey Mustard, true, he's been very resilient in the past, but against a brilliant tag team combination like what we're seeing from the BS. Amazing tag team mastery here. I don't know how he's still standing.
That's right. Now I gotta ask you, in a match like this, say you're Coach James and you're seeing your partner just getting the living crap beat out of them. What could you do? What can you do to save him?
Well, hell, Sills,
Honey Mustard was just kind of, okay. Honey Mustard was just staring at Scotty, so Blake ran in and suplexed him. I don't know what's going through the BS's mind right now, but I think they're trying to end this early.
I would too after seeing what Honey Mustard is doing. I wouldn't let Coach get another chance in the ring.
That's right. Oh, Honey Mustard was going for that big running punch combo he's known for, but instead, Scotty with an elbow, but getting whipped into the corner. And oh my God, is he setting up for it, Tibbs? We've seen Honey Mustard do this in the past, but could his old body hold up to it?
Oh no!
He's up there. He's calling for it. Coast to coast on the tag team champion. Pulling him out, and Honey Mustard survived. How?
I can't believe. I thought it was called the Nugget Dipper.
Okay, sure. But unfortunately, Blake Tanner there to break up the pin, and now both the members of the BS going after Jenkins.
Is this legal? I don't know.
I think Blake Tanner has about 5 seconds to get out of that ring before Shibata's going to be forced to make a call. Honey Mustard is surprisingly holding his own, but not after that big double team maneuver from the BS. And, oh, wait!
What?
Scotty was busy bragging, and Coach James got the tag, and now Coach James is running wild on the former Regal Rumble winner.
Oh, big mistake here. Coach James, when he's at full sprint, he can take down a whole herd of men.
That's right, but Scotty Moore fighting back, and what in the world? Scotty Moore taking part our announce table. Scotty, this is not a no DQ match. What are you doing?
I don't know, Sills. I think the BS are incensed.
That's right, and Coach James, I don't know if it's a matter of fear, if it's a matter of praying that somehow they can beat Coach James at his own game. Oh, Scotty fighting out of that powerbomb attempt. And oh wait, Coach James with a beautiful sidewalk slam to the tag champ. Blake Tanner begging for that pin, but instead, Scotty whips him into the corner. And what in the world is Scotty Moore doing?
I don't know, Sills. I'm worried about how long he's been in the ring.
Oh my God! Oh my God! A massive suplex through our announce table. Tibbs, this is chaos!
God, Coach's back landed right on the corner of that table.
That's right, and now Scotty Moore looking to end it, whipping Coach into the ring, and Tibbs, I think that might have been it. Climbing to the top rope is Scotty Moore. I think he's getting ready to drop that famous elbow. Oh, but Coach quickly rolling out of the way. And now, picking him up for the detention drop. But wait, Scotty fights out of it, and a huge SMG puts Coach James down. And he's bringing in Blake Tanner to finish the job.
All right, get the combination in, get a good win.
That's right, picking him up and dropping him down with a bee sting. And now fighting back with a final Blake out. Coach James matching his partner with that crimson mask, going for a pin. 1, 2, and Coach actually kicked out. What in the world?
Out of both of their finishers.
That's right, and now Coach James with a big suplex on Blake Tanner, but Scotty Moore quickly there to defend his partner with a massive suplex of his own. And I think Scotty Moore is sick of it, and he wants this match to end going after the legs of Coach James. And Tibbs, the crowd is booing. I don't think we've ever heard the BS get booed like this, but I think their tactics demand it as Blake lands that Blake out on him.
I just don't know what we're seeing here, Sills. I haven't seen this kind of behavior like this from them in ever.
That's right, but Blake with a huge suplex. Of course, Blake usually the nobler of the two. Climbing. Wait a minute. Looks like I thought he was going to climb to that top rope. Instead, whipping him into the corner next to his tag partner. But wait! James fighting back, whipping him into the corner next to Honey Mustard, and but Blake fighting back. And now I think it's just a game of cat and mouse. Both of them trying to whip the other into a corner. And wait a minute, he's tagged in Honey Mustard. Honey Mustard, who is quickly taken down with that crossbody. And now Blake Tanner looking to end it with the Blake Panther submission, but he's in the ropes. But it looks like Shibata not calling for it.
I don't understand the logic behind tagging Honey Mustard in after he's taken so much damage.
Well, you got to think about what Coach James has been through. Coach James, who was suplexed through our announce table, who has eaten SMG after SMG, Blakeout after Blakeout. He had to do something. He's still on the outside resting, and it looks like it was a wise move as Honey Mustard's going up for a chicken dipper. But wait! Blake Tanner's there! And he's got Honey Mustard on the top rope. What in the world are the BS doing? Huge suplex.
Now, Sills, this is another one of those. This is a long 5 seconds.
SMG from out of nowhere going for that pin. 1, 2, and Coach James stops it at 2.
James coming in at the right moment.
That's right. Meanwhile, Blake trying to distract the referee as Scotty cheering to the crowd, going for another pin on Honey Mustard. 1, 2. Oh! Honey Mustard kicked out! What in the world is going on in Honey Mustard's skull that he actually did it? And even Scotty staring down Shibata looks furious, kicking at the body of David, and oh my God! Scotty with a running boot to Shibata takes out the referee. Now he's on the outside. What in the world is Scotty Moore doing? Oh my God!
Can't do that! Not Honey Mustard! Honey Mustard!
Steel chair shots onto the body of Honey Mustard, and a huge Scotty kick sends his skull straight into the chair. Scotty Moore, what are you doing?
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
SMG onto that steel chair, going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Tibbs, I may not agree with how they did it, but Blake Tanner and Scotty Moore are still the JWF Tag Team Championships after what I'll call a cowardly act in this match.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. We've got to get medical attention out to Honey Mustard right now.
That's right, Honey
And
Mustard.
a tight pin.
He was not looking well out there. Scotty Moore cheering to the crowd, and even Coach James coming back in to check on his friend, the tag team partner that he's had his entire life. And oh my God! Scotty Moore with a steel chair, and Blake Tanner has joined him. The BS assaulting coach and friend. What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following event is scheduled for one clusterfuck and is set to occur in Birmingham, Alabama.
Introducing first, he is the bearded man from the Badlands, the absolute Badlands, Scotty Moore! And in the other corner, sporting the modest plaid on plaid on plaid, the man with the plaid crown. The plaid is plaid on the plaid, the man who knows nothing about wrestling and everything about plaid, Blake Tanner.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to do something there? I thought this was just you two.
Oh,
no, that's Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
And we are the Fight Boys, and it's a show about professional and not so professional wrestling. Make sure to check us out, because when you're a Fight Boy, you're a Fight Boy for life.
All right, Tibbs. Now, after that match, ending with those horrifying actions at the hands of the BS, it's time to see some horrifying actions between family. Of this match, which has been dubbed the match where the VWO implodes, because we are going to see this man, Justin Clouds, face his brothers Griffin and Travis in what's going to be an absolutely hellacious triple threat match that you've announced is for the #1 contendership to the JWF Championship.
That's right, Sills. I thought if this match was going to be a grudge match between brothers, why not give them a little something? Something to fight for.
That's right, Tibbs, and who knows who they're going to go on to face. Of course, in our main event, we're going to find out as we see Mamoa Curry, the Regal Rumble winner, take on Brunch boy Baron Corbin, a man who, let me tell you something, I think Justin would love to get his hands on. Justin Clouds, a man who has been away from the company for a very long time, who only came back after seeing what wrestling had done to his family.
Of course, Justin, who had all but retired to an island.
That's right, the Island Boy, they call him, returning to the JWF ring for this one night to face off against his brothers, which of course includes this man, the former JWF World Heavyweight Champion, Griffin Clouds.
As arrogant and carefree as ever.
That's right, Tibbs. Of course, Griffin making his return to this company a few months back, assaulting his own brother, Travis Clouds. And of course, we know the rivalry between Travis and Griffin extends long before the JWF. As brothers, they were always jealous of one another. And of course, that spilled out into the wrestling ring, as we've seen many a time.
Oh, so it's always the story you hear between brothers.
That's right, but of course, we've got Justin, we've got Griffin Clouds, this man in the ring. Both of them seem focused and ready, but how do you think Travis is handling it? How do you think Travis feels before this match?
I don't know, Sills. He's had a long road.
What in the world? Tibbs, the lights are out. What in the world's going? What's that music? Oh my God!
Sills, it's the Hammerman! The Hammerman in full hammer armor, hammer mask, Hammerman! Oh my God, I'm Hammerman! I'm the riding Hammerman!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I think business just picked up, because this is not Travis Clouds. No. This is his alter ego, the powerful being known as the Hammerman. And let me tell you something, if I was Justin, if I was Griffin, I'd be terrified right now.
Goes themselves, Hammerman.
All right, can we get some water for Tibbs? He's not handling this well. And a big hammer boot takes him down, and now he's going after Griffin. Let me tell you something, this has got to be some renewed spirit in the body of the Hammerman as he takes on his brothers.
Hammer.
All right, Tibbs has now got some pom-poms here that he's playing with. But unfortunately, it looks like Justin taking it to his own brother. Like Hammerman fighting back. And wait a minute. Oh, looks like he's trying to end it early. But, ooh, quick rope break.
Doesn't matter. Hammerman's here. Everything's okay, Sills.
That's right. Meanwhile, Justin walking around the outside of the ring. And, ooh, luckily quickly taking advantage of triple threats, no disqualification rules. Getting a steel chair and, oh, cracking it over the back of the Hammerman. And, oh, into the skull as well.
Hey, Sills, where do you think the Hammerman's been all this time?
Tibbs, you know he was Travis. We've talked about this. Oh, wait a minute. Climbing to the top rope, could be possibly going for the hammer leg drop. But Justin rolling out of the way wisely. He knows how devastating of a move that leg drop could be.
You know, Sills, it's always tough when somebody moves out of the way of one of your bigger moves, especially when you falling down to nothing. No, but seriously, what do you think he was doing?
Tibbs, we're not gonna go over this. Anyways, Griffin now, I'll be honest, Griffin kind of seemed like the dark horse, but he's taking advantage going for that pin. Ooh, but Hammerman quickly kicking out. And now Griffin continuing that assault on the Hammerman. Huge. And ooh, I think he actually fell back onto that steel chair, and you know that can't feel good on the cranium. Ooh, as he just steps on the gut of his own brother.
Well, Sills, I think this is an obvious picture of it's so hard to even imagine defeating Justin Clouds. His power is enormous. If both of his younger brothers had teamed up, I don't even know if that would have been enough, but now that the Hammerman's there.
Yep, that's right, Tibbs. Oh, but now Justin on the outside with another steel chair, taking advantage, cracking it over the bodies of both of his brothers. And let me tell you something, I think Justin in that chair, that may be the equalizer in this match, Tibbs.
It's nice to have a chair at your back.
That's right, of course, as we saw earlier, a chair could win you a championship, as Scotty Moore proved, using it to crack in the head of Honey Mustard Jenkins and secure their titles. But wait a minute, going for that pin. One, ooh, kicking out. I don't know if that was a kick out or if Griffin stopped the pin or what, but meanwhile, beautiful Falcon Arrow puts him down. And now, looks like Hammerman climbing to the top rope. Could he be going for that hammer leg drop once again? Oh, and Justin once again rolling out of the way, picking up that steel chair and cracking it over the back of his own brother. What kind of man do you think you gotta be to do something like that to your own family, Tibbs?
I just can't tell you, Sills. Did you notice they knocked Shibata down again? He's not had a good one this time around, huh?
Yeah, it's been a little bit rough on old Shibby, but it's fine. Meanwhile, Justin tossing Hammerman into the corner. Griffin going for a huge move, and now, oh no, this will not feel good on the back of Griffin. Oh my God!
Ooh.
Oh my God, power bombing him directly onto that steel chair. You can feel the skull crack against that harsh metal. And let me tell you something, I think this is Justin Clouds' game now. 1, 2, oh, barely kicking out at 2 is Griffin.
You know, Sills, you may say that, but if there's anything that I know, it's the younger brothers often build up a resiliency to the tactics of the older brother.
That's right. Meanwhile, he's got Griffin in the corner, and now what in the world? Whipping Hammerman against the ropes, and again against the ropes. I think he's just trying to build up momentum. Oh, sending him crashing into his own brother, and now he's grabbed them by the throats. Massive choke slam to both of his brothers, and I think that may have just won Justin Clouds the match.
Oh, you gonna pin, Justin?
That's
right.
right.
Hammerman. No, you did it.
Going after the Hammerman. 1, 2. Oh, and 2.5, 2 3/4. The Hammerman getting out, and Justin does not seem happy about that, taking him down with that massive clothesline, and now just stomping on the body of his own brother.
See, Sills, that's what happens when you try to take the Hammerman down. You get the hammer, but reverse.
Oh, wait a minute. Griffin. Looks like Griffin's setting up for it. Oh, was trying to grab him by the legs for the under vapor, but instead takes him down with a big hammer boot, going for a pin. 1, 2. Oh, Griffin kicking out at 2 from the hammer boot.
Oh.
And now, Hammerman climbing to the top rope once again. Maybe possibly going for the hammer leg drop on his brother, but instead, opting to go after Justin, which I don't know if was a wise move, Tibbs.
Well, he was standing right there. You don't know what your opponent could do. He could have tried to interrupt the move. He could have kicked the Hammerman in the face.
That's right. Meanwhile, Hammerman, I don't know. I think he's trying to choose who to go after. Oh my God! Instead chooses to go after Justin with a hammer leg drop to the outside. And unfortunately, that's given Griffin time to get that beautiful neck breaker off. And Griffin may have just gotten himself back in the match, Tibbs.
Who knows, Sills? Seems to be anybody's game. All of these brothers have brought it. Not as much as the Hammerman, but a lot.
That's right. Ooh, Hammerman draping his brother across that top rope. And now, oh, beautiful Enziguri takes Justin down. And now going for an early pin on Justin. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Justin finally makes it, kicking him in the back. And now let's see. Hammerman still focusing on Justin. I think he's ignoring Griffin standing up in the corner. Oh, and immediately hit him with a clothesline. Awesome. Goes for it. And there it is! The hammer leg drop.
Come on.
1, 2. Oh, kicking out at 2.
Oh,
But wait a
come
minute.
on, Hammerman.
This match was never about the Hammerman, Tibbs. This match was never about him. This match was about the VWO. And there it is! The big vaping boot! Hammerman putting the exclamation point at the end of his time in the VWO. 1, 2, 3! And with that, our new #1 contender to the JWF Championship. Say it for me, Tibbs.
Hammer! Man! It's the Hammerman, the one, the only, the man that hammers and stammers and hammers again.
That's right, Tibbs.
I reunited with my son tonight, and this is the best thing I've seen.
That's right, and the Hammerman seemed happy to be back, Tibbs. Playing to the crowd, excited. I think Travis finally feels like himself again, and himself is the Hammerman.
I'm gonna cry.
No, Tibbs, don't cry. It's all right. We've still got one more match to go. Just hold it together for me, buddy. Hello, everybody. This is everyone's favorite commentator, Silver Spoon, here to remind you that after the show, to go to patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the JWF and all the other BS Network programs exist because of listeners like you, because of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. For the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can support the JWF. You can support them good old Fight Boys, Fun Fiction, a load of BS. You can support the entire network for just a few dollars a month. And of course, you get access to our exclusive Discord where you can help us make decisions. You'll get shouted out on a load of BS every single week. We got tons of perks waiting for you over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. All right, Tibbs, it's now time for the main event of the evening. As this man, the god of law, the god of the sea, and the god of the entire JWF faces off for the title.
Every time I see this man in the ring, I just know something bad's gonna happen. He looks better every time I see him, Sills.
That's right, Tibbs. Of course, and ever since winning the Regal Rumble back in January, we've said this seems like a more focused Mamoa Curry, a more concentrated version of who he truly is. And of course, he solidified that fact on last week's Monday Night War, coming out and saying that he was sick and tired of not being treated like the god he was, of not treating himself like the god he was. And I think this match is signaling a return of the god of the JWF.
Sills, it may be hard to believe, but even gods can become complacent.
That's right, Tibbs. But I think Mamoa Curry has learned from his past mistakes, and he is back in it.
to face off against our champion, Brunch Boy Baron Corbin.
And Sills, I cannot wait for this man, this truly remarkable individual, this phenomenal godly being to destroy Brunch Boy.
Okay, we gotta stay non-biased, but alright.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Tibbs,
what are they gonna do? Fire me?
Okay, fair point. But of course, who knows, as Mamoa also pointed out, one of the best men he ever faced in a ring, one of the strongest competitors, was of course this man, the JWF World Heavyweight Champion, Brunch Boy Baron Corbin.
What's he'll be in the new Street Fighter movie?
No, I think this was his thought of what a Wrestlepalooza entrance was, which was just wearing some fun cosplay he found.
It looks like you're gonna be a new Mortal Kombat character, bud.
No, he's the Brunch Boy is who he is, and he is entering into dangerous territory because, of course, as Mamoa announced a few weeks ago, this is a last man standing match, a match that Mamoa, Curry, and Brunch Boy have history with. Let us not forget a few years ago at a JWF pay-per-view, Brunch Boy faced Mamoa in a last man standing match and defeated him, basically sending him out of the company for a few months.
Yeah, at that point we thought that Mamoa was done for. Before that, he had never been out of the company for more than a few weeks. His reign as World Heavyweight Champion was almost unbeatable.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is a last man standing match for the JWF Championship. In the left corner, he is the Regal Rumble winner, Mamoa Curry. And in the right corner, he is your JWF World Heavyweight Champion. He is the Brunch Boy, Baron Corbin.
All right, Tibbs, and there it is, the handing off of that title that so many have held before him. Blake Tanner, as we said earlier, Griffin, Clouds, legends of the business. Hold it high, Shibby!
That's my rat.
That's right, Tibbs. These two men fighting for the chance to wear that rat around their waist. And Mamoa was trying to start off hot, but Brunch Boy stopped him at the pass with that huge uppercut. And unfortunately, I think Brunch Boy is fully in control right now, Tibbs.
Well, Sills, you know how unhappy that makes me, but I'm just gonna have to trust in Mamoa.
Well, Mamoa currently has his head squished into the mat. Baron's entire weight weighing down on the neck of Mamoa Curry, which cannot feel good on the god of the JWF.
Well, Sills, listen. All I can say is no matter what happens tonight.
Mamoa went for, I think he was trying to go for this powerbomb, but he also did take out Shibby.
That is 4 times tonight, if I'm right.
Yes. But luckily, I think the end satisfied the means because he has Brunch Boy down and not looking good. But Brunch Boy back to his feet, avoiding that drop kick.
Old Shibby, of course, the most versatile and resilient ref in the company ever.
That's right, but now both of these men, Brunch Boy, let's not forget Mamoa did bring Brunch Boy into this business. He was, of course, Mamoa's server, if you will, bringing him brunch meals. And what a way Brunch Boy has come.
It's amazing to think that he just used to be the guy with mimosas.
That's right, and he has gone on to become champion in this company.
and he is fighting in his first ever Wrestlepalooza main event. Meanwhile, Mamoa got him perched up on the top rope, and oh, huge kick sends him flying to the ground, and Mamoa just laying in the shots.
You know, so whenever he does hit the ground, it actually sends out tiny micro tremors around the ring. Actually weakens your balance.
That's right. Now it looks like both of these men trying to take it to the outside, and that is a dangerous place. People think that is foam matting on the ground. It is not. It's actually pure concrete slabs.
Have them flown in, made special.
That's right. Now Mamoa taking a page out of Scotty Moore's playbook, taking apart our announce table that was apparently repaired somewhere during a commercial break.
Well, we try to always have a place where I can put my unrelated soft drink. It's not giving us any money. And my generic pizza slice.
Okay, Tibbs. Now Mamoa slamming the body of Brunch Boy down, picking him up. Oh my God, is he trying for it? He's trying for that God Bomb. Oh my God, but the table's held strong.
Second table is usually built to a higher standard.
That's right. Oh, and then Brunch Boy tossing him over his shoulder. I can't believe Brunch Boy actually survived that God Bomb long enough to be picked up. And now, wait, Mamoa whipping him into the table once again. And oh, I don't care how strong you make it. I don't think it can sustain these two men on top of it, especially with that huge slam through it.
You know, Silves, I think that the reason that Mamoa Curry has taken such a special interest in Brunch Boy here is after their time together, I guess a little bit of his divinity must have rubbed off on the guy.
That's right. And of course, Shibata counting up to 7 now. Mamoa celebrating. Brunch Boy's body unmoving. And wait a minute. What in the world? Before Shibata could count to 10, Mamoa picked up Brunch Boy, sent him in the ring. You think Mamoa doesn't want to end it?
I think Momoa's not finished with the message, but oh my God!
He plucked him out of midair, and a Brunch of days plants Mamoa in the ground. You should have just let it end when it did, Mamoa.
Oh, I don't know what you were thinking, Mamoa. You had the man dead to rights.
That's right, but trying to make his way back to his feet for a 5 count and quickly clotheslines Brunch Boy to the ground and sends a huge shot to the face, and Brunch Boy is bleeding.
Good.
All right, now bouncing off the ropes. Oh, I think he was trying to go for a fisherman's spear, but Brunch Boy blocked it. Now he's got him up against, and now picking him up. Oh, and that cannot feel good on the knee of Mamoa Curry. And let me tell you something, if you weaken those knees, it's going to make it harder for Mamoa to stand up. That could be what secures Brunch Boy the victory today.
Also, when he tries to hit his wonderful fisherman spear, that spear of gods, he's all leg power.
Oh,
that's all.
Winds of Mimosas taking him down, but wait, back to his feet is Mamoa Curry, but Brunch Boy slams him right back down.
It's been hard for Mamoa to get much traction for very long in this match.
That's right, I think the Brunch of Days may have ended it, but wait a minute. Mamoa coming at him with a couple clotheslines, ducking it, and a huge flying clothesline puts him down, and I think that may have been the turning point Mamoa Curry needed in this match, Tibbs. Oh, wait, now it looks like he's setting up for something big, waiting for him to get back to his feet, running, and oh my God! Went for the Momoan punch, but Brunch Boy avoided it and picked him up for that huge backbreaker, Tibbs.
That was extremely well scouted by the Brunch Boy. He knew exactly what was going to happen. I'll give him that.
That's right, Momoa making his way back to his feet at a count of 4, and there it is! The Momoan punch taking down Brunch Boy Baron Corbin. And now, looks like he's calling for it. Looks like he's trying to secure it. The Fisherman's Spear planting Brunch Boy in the center of the ring. And Tibbs, I think that may have done it right there.
Let's hope so. We can only sit and watch.
All right, Shibata starting the count as Mamoa goes back to a corner, cheering on. I think Momoa's ego may have gotten the best of him. He's taken this victory before it's been called. He's counting his chickens before they hatch.
I don't know, Silza. He should be trying to keep him down, at least doing something.
That's right, Shibata at a count of 9, and oh! Popping back to his feet is Brunch Boy Baron Corbin just before that 10 count, picking Mamoa up by the throat, and oh my God! Breaking his spine over the knee, and Brunch Boy now just going after the god of the JWF.
Right at the 11th hour.
Oh, but wait, Momoa Curry fighting back, actually using his momentum to slam his body into Brunch Boy's, and now just raining shots down onto him. And now wait, what in the world's Momoa going for outside? Oh, looks like he's using those steel steps, which may be the wisest move at this point. You can actually use them to weigh down the body of Brunch Boy Baron Corbin.
Drop him right on him. They weigh so much.
That's right, but wait, I think he wants to try something different. I think he wants to try a little bit more abuse. Oh, but unfortunately, Brunch Boy taking advantage, slamming Momoa into the ground. And oh, I think he was trying to set up for the Brunch of Days, but instead Momoa stopped him, slammed him into the corner, and a huge DDT plants the god of the JWF.
Oh. Mamoa just cannot get anything done he's tried to set out to do.
That's right, and unfortunately this may be it, with a huge Brunch of Days beside those steel steps. I think the only thing Momoa's thinking right now is thinking that he was not on the other side of Brunch Boy Baron, because his skull, I think if it had collided with those steel steps, that would have been it. Shibata could have counted to 100.
Yeah, Sills, you see, Mamoa Curry, he started stirring pretty quickly after that. If he had hit those steps, I don't know if anybody could have gotten up from that.
That's right, but now I think Momoa's back at it again, trying his best to start something up. Propping up Brunch Boy onto that top rope. And now, wait a minute. Oh, he's got him. Oh my God! Slamming him skull first down onto those steel steps. And there it is! A Momoan punch! And I think this might be it, Tibbs. And oh my God! Oh my God!
No!
Brunch Boy pulled Shibata in front of him, forcing the referee to eat the pin, or to eat that vicious fisherman spear, and now Brunch Boy has him on the top rope.
I can't believe I'm seeing this.
This is horrifying. Big suplex plants Mamoa in the ground, and I think Brunch Boy's looking at ending it right now.
Oh.
Right, huge shots in the corner. Those steel steps ominously sitting behind them. I am terrified of what's going through Brunch Boy's mind right now, Tibbs.
I don't know, Sills. He's done a lot of punishment to Mamoa Curry. I don't know how much.
Oh my God! Oh. Slamming those steel steps into his skull. Mamoa is bleeding. And now it looks like Mamoa trying to end it, trying to go for another God Bomb. Oh, but wait a minute. What's he doing instead? Walking over to the corner. And, oh, dropping the body in the corner. And I think he's trying to go for trying to go for that spear. But he dodged it. There it is. Brunch of Days.
My God, is this it? Is it over?
We may be seeing a repeat of history right here, Tibbs, as Brunch Boy Baron Corbin once again defeats Mamoa Curry in a last man standing match. Shibata at a count of 6 now. And let me tell you something, Mamoa Curry's not moving. What's going on? Oh my God! Mamoa using lessons he must have picked up from his opponent at last Wrestlepalooza, The Undertaker, appearing behind Brunch Boy, going for those clotheslines. Mamoa is fired up.
Oh, of course. That was his last-ditch attempt. That was all he had left. He can't do that a lot.
And there it is, a Momoan punch. And Tibbs, Shibata, I'd get out of the way if I were you.
No, I really would. Okay.
Okay, there we go. There it is! The Fisherman's Spear! Momoa Curry had to call on every ounce of his godlyhood to make it happen. But Brunch Boy Baron Corbin is on the ground. He is unmoving. And Tibbs, I'll be honest, I think Shibata can count to 500 right now.
Well, he's only got to get to 10.
Oh, and Momoa celebrating. I don't know if this one's a little bit preemptive, though, because Brunch Boy is barely stirring, and there it is! Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
we have a new JWF World Heavyweight Champion, and he is the god of this company, Momoa Curry.
Mamoa Curry gets to meet an old friend tonight, and that's the JWF World Heavyweight title.
That's right, Tibbs. All the congratulations in the world go to this man, the brand new JWF World Heavyweight Championship. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. It wasn't an easy road, but Momoa Curry walked that road, and he claimed that title that he knows and that he loves.
You're damn right, Sills. And you know what? I think all in all, it's been a Wrestlepalooza full of twists, turns, thrills, and a lot of family-related spills.
That's right, Tibbs. This has been Wrestlepalooza. We've seen an amazing match. We saw Brunch Boy Baron Corbin lose his JWF World Heavyweight Championship to Momoa Curry. We saw you reunite with your son, Chuck, in a winning effort against the Canadian Crew. We saw the VWO implode, the return of the Hammerman, and who knows what's going on with the BS.
I guess we'll all have to find out on JWF War.
That's right, and if you want to find JWF War, make sure to tune in to the Fight Boys podcast, whether that be on the Fight Boys YouTube channel or, of course, wherever you get your podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure to check that out. But, of course, until next time, he's been Captain Tibbs. I've been Silver Spoon. Tibbs, this has been one hell of a Wrestlepalooza.
You can say that again, Sills. I love it.
That's right, and remember, we will see all of you next time.